No, I gotta fucking remember to do this because it won't save it. So I had to go in there every single time and turn the audios back on because it won't save the audio properties.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Hi. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dinner in the Game. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Tonight we are here to play a little Pathfinder 2E. Time for a war crime. Thanks, Kel.
War crime? Bet.
Yeah, well.
Bet.
We gave Sam a crunchy game and told him to go crazy, so we're all expecting war crimes.
I do love crunch.
So, but we're playing Pathfinder 2E tonight, and I have this lovely crew of mad people who are going to help me. I don't even want to know what just happened. Who are going to help me go through and wreak as much havoc as possible. And we haven't played in a little bit, and we kind of left off on a cliffhanger last time, so we're going to be jumping right into it tonight, as we're getting right into a combat with a huge Remoraz, which ambushed the party. We're going to be jumping right into that. So before we get into that, I want to take a few minutes to say hi to these amazing people and see how they've been. Although Sphinx, I did see you last night and hope everything's still going as well as it was before and nothing's gotten worse. So we'll start with Sphinx. How you doing, Sphinx?
I am doing better than I was this morning, which is about the same as I was last night.
No, well, hopefully the game makes it a little better.
That's my hope as well. I like hanging out with you guys. So, yeah.
And you get to take your feelings out on Aurorus.
Exactly.
Yep. And you get to say hi to Liz.
Hey, Liz. What's up, baby? What's up? How you doing?
I love that she can't help but blush.
Every time.
You're muted. He really rattled her.
My cookies pulled my mic out a little bit.
Your cookies?
The cookies, you say.
The cookies, you say.
Aw.
Oh, neat. So, Zinx, who are you going to be playing today?
Today I will be playing my my ASMR gunslinger spell shot class, Idris Aratil, with his dual pepper boxes and his ability to see and speak to the dead.
And there's nothing weird about that. That happens to everybody.
Happens to everybody. Yeah.
Everyone's a little weird.
Everyone's a little weird. So we will continue going around, and since she was part of Sphinx's elegant introduction, Liz, how are you doing?
I am very, very, very good. My official start date for the new job is, even though I'm technically already doing it, is next Wednesday.
Heck yeah.
It's like, you're like, and go. And you're like, I was here last week.
I'm here for
I'm
like
already
3
going.
months. I've been here for like 3 months, guys. And then I get to work for 2.5 weeks, and I get like 2 weeks off for winter break. So it's great.
Oh, God,
And I
that's
get
nice.
paid.
Nice.
That is completely
Nice.
nice.
Very
Wow.
nice.
I'm only taking a week off this year because I have to save up days for Gen Con. It's going to be
This,
good.
Nice.
this is
Took off
just
my
like,
days
yes,
for Gen
we're
Con.
we're the nobody works for 2 whole weeks.
That's just amazing. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
incredible. But
Awesome.
all
Must be
that
nice.
being said, since that's all incredible and that's all wonderful, who are you going to continue that wonderful, incredible energy into tonight?
I am going to continue this wonderful, incredible energy into Estee Mazak, who is the group's Wisp Fetchling Rogue. And this is gonna be interesting.
Are you gonna have fun using all your new abilities?
I'm gonna have fun trying to figure out if I can use them.
Well, you know that if you need any help figuring anything out, Sam. Hey Sam, how you doing?
Hey.
Is right
Sam
there
is my
for
boy.
you. Yeah, Sam is going to be our honeypot we go dip into whenever we all get confused and flustered by Pathfinder. Because, as we said, it's crunchy, and Sam likes to crunch.
Crunchy
Sam
honey.
said, and that's why there was that moment of, I don't want to know what's going on.
Sam, how are you doing?
Much better. Oh, still getting over that cold. Mucus is continually trying to ruin my day, but we're making our way through it.
I don't know if there's anything that mucus doesn't try and ruin.
Hmm.
No, I'm gonna stop right there.
I mean,
We're all thinking it. We're all thinking it.
Yeah, it was too late for me to stop myself before I said it. But who are you going to be playing tonight, Sam? Especially with this crew.
I will be playing Cecil, a magus who very much enjoys the outdoors as a huntsman.
Gotcha.
Don't worry. This is a natural territory right now, facing down a monster much larger than him. This is normal.
This is normal. This is perfectly fine. There's nothing to worry about.
You put the boy in his element.
Well, I am happy to do so. Speaking of not having anything to worry about, Cassie.
hi. They're all worried about me now.
Cassie, how are you doing today?
I'm great. I'm overwhelmed. I can't wait to figure out what all of these words mean. A lot of words on this piece of paper and a lot of numbers.
Yeah, instead of like starting a Pathfinder game and bringing everyone nice into level 1 because I have a bunch of people, or 2 people at least who haven't played it before, I went, level 10.
Yeah.
Wait,
Why
who else
not?
hasn't played Pathfinder before?
Liz.
Oh.
Damn, I was hoping you were going to do it again.
Wait,
Listen,
so
I've
what
only
I'm
been
hearing
playing
is-
D&D for like 6 years.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is the people, considering there was no discussion about each of us, so like what we're making, the 2 people who just happened to pick Asimar were also the 2 people who know what they're doing, and the
Yes.
2 people who chose to play fetchlings,
I have no idea what's going on.
No idea what's
and there
going
was
on.
no communication whatsoever what we were all making. So we just so
Oh,
happened to be
no.
2 and 2.
Yep, absolutely.
We got magic angel boys and fighty little
Wispy girls.
I don't even know what fetchlings are.
Fighting
Uh,
Like elfy outskirty thingies?
The
Kinda
equivalent
drowy-ish?
to it, the equivalent in 5e would be akin to Shadar Kai.
Oh, perfect. Yep, that sounds about
I
right.
love the Shadow Archive.
I do love Shokai.
So you're basically playing
Well,
goth
I
babies.
They're just less
That's got
elvish, as
We're
they come from
we're-
the plane of shadows, which is kind of like an elemental plane, so to speak.
we're edgelord adjacent.
Edgelord
We're
adjacent.
drows on
Hmm.
that have not even thought a sun existed.
We're drows who didn't know that there was color to the world.
Yes,
Drows who
very
just
black and white.
drows who are experiencing a new level of trippiness.
Drows who think drows are too happy.
There we go. That's
oh,
it.
that's
Well,
I don't like that. No.
who are you playing, Cassie? Although we know they're a fetchling.
Yes,
they?
I am a bright fetchling, which sounds counterintuitive now that I said it, now that we've described him that way. But I am a swashbuckler battle dancer, and I'm gonna hit things. I've never played a melee class before.
So
Your
brand new
battle
game and
dance.
brand new class that they've never played.
Yo,
Kill
let's
who
go.
you want her to
This
kill.
is fine.
Everything is fine. This is gonna be great.
And yes, please imagine flames behind me as I say that.
It's gonna be fine. It's
And
gonna
she's
be
sitting on a
fine.
tall chair in a break room with a coffee cup. Coffee. Everything's fine. All right. So, and finally, well, actually, you can find all these people's links in our current chat right now. Remember, everyone here is a content creator of some kind, and the biggest boon you can give to a content creator at all is going to click one of their links and giving them a follow. We would do it no matter what because we enjoy the content. We enjoy creating content just for ourselves, but finding out that someone else has enjoyed it is a massive serotonin hit for us. And, you know, everyone deserves a little serotonin. And that's a lot of serotonin. So if you can, do so. If you want to find Dinner and a Games links, I just put them in our chat as well. Through Dinner and a Game, you can find stuff like our new t-shirt designs that we just got out that are live right now in our store. And the t-shirts are done by Red Queen Hales, and her artwork is amazing. There's only 2 shirts we have that are not done by Red Queen Hales, and I am actually getting her to redo or give her own interpretations of those so we can change those out so all of our art and our shirts can be done by Red Queen Hales. But yeah, if you guys want to check those out, the links are in our merch store, which is right here. And if you want to help support the stream, you can always sub here or on any one of our social media accounts that we have out there. If you're watching the broadcast from Facebook, you can shoot us stars. That would be wonderful. And if you want to use bits in Twitch, you can actually use them for sound alerts. You can use them to modify roles. You can also use your channel points for that. And if you want to look through that, there's a little menu down there at the bottom when you hit the little the bits button, the channel points button. It will actually show you what you can spend them on. So if you want to do that, you can only do that on Twitch. I haven't been able to set up anything automated for Facebook because none of the overlays really have anything for that yet. And so I will have to figure out how to do it on my own, which I'm terrified to do, but I'll try. Also, if you guys want to help us out in another way, and you guys want to get some incredibly amazing coffees and teas, which reminds me, I forgot to order my tea, you can go to Many Worlds Taverns, which is a partner of ours. Oops, I forgot the S. They're a partner of ours, and they make amazing coffees and teas. And they have, right now, I do believe they have a special going of free shipping on any order over $50. And you can use the link that's in chat right now to place your order, and we'll get 10% of the order. And if you use our discount code when you order, you will get 10% off your entire order. So, you know, that is just a way that you can help out the stream, and a way that we can help you guys out finding some amazing product sourced from a very ethical company. So if you want to do that, please do. Other than that, that's about all we have to cover, I think, tonight for right now. So let's go ahead and start. Naturally,
I have to do one thing because it's just funny to me. Going back to the affecting roles. Kel, I swear to God, if you help Ray tonight, I will make sure that Warren gets pushed out of the car on Friday.
I love that auto context that could be dangerous, but like in context it's like funny.
Well,
don't push your friends out of cars.
Don't push your
IRL.
friends out of cars.
You also, this is an adult stream, so this is 18 plus. So if you are not 18, you are 12, and you should be exiting, please.
Yes, absolutely. The disclaimer is in chat. It will be coming up in chat repeatedly because we want to make sure that you understand what you're in for here. And you guys will notice that you can, for those of you who are watching on other channels, you will notice that you can see a lot of stuff coming through chat, but a lot of times the chat is only it's unfortunately for the users, it's individually based. So like the Twitch users can only see Twitch chat, the Facebook users can only see Facebook chat. If you want to know what we might be responding to or checking out to, 90% of the time it's Twitch, because that's where the majority of our viewers are. So if you want to join us on Twitch, please do. The link is in our link tree. If not, you can go to The Dinner and a Game at Twitch and find us there. But if you generally the Twitch is much more active because that's where our friends are and that's where they like to hang out, and so and people we don't like who just come in to annoy us. What? It's pretty much the default platform. It's the one we started on.
Default platform.
And the only reason we're multi-streaming is because I want to be able to give people the chance. Some people do have a problem with Twitch for lots of different reasons, and some people just have a preference for like YouTube or Facebook. Right now we're streaming to X/Twitter, but there's no real reason to. We just do because I have up to 5 channels I can stream to, and I don't have the ability to stream to Instagram yet. So I'm gonna start pushing our Instagram group so we can get up to 1,000 so we can live stream to Instagram.
That's fair.
Yep. So in the meantime, hi everybody, welcome to Between Two Worlds, a Kingdoms of Mist Pathfinder 2e adventure, in which our crew of recently made friends have been hired by an enigmatic halfling named Timothy Timerson, who has hired them to help his master, a wizard of apparently some power, recover a device that he lost. It disappeared into the mountains, and apparently has been taken into the mountains by some creatures out there. The crew was teleported out to a mountain pass where the item was originally located, with a clear path to follow to get to the spot where the mountain was actually... where the item was actually taken into the mountain. As they're walking down the path, they were surprised by a giant with two pets with him. Those pets being two very, very cute and fuzzy frost drakes. And as they were talking to the giant, the cliff they were in a very narrow canyon. The cliff above the giant exploded out. He was pounded by rubble and pinned underneath it. And a huge remoraz is up on the wall. And it is roaring and hissing, and our heroes are now faced with a kind of dilemma. The frost drakes are between them and the fight, but they don't know what's going to happen next. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it, as our heroes are going to have to decide what they do. I don't even think we've rolled initiative yet, so we're still not even in combat.
No.
So
No, the giant had just been trapped under the rubble.
Rubble trapping giant?
Yes, and that was kind of where we'd left off, with Sam's character starting to pull his weapon out.
Yeah.
Because Sam has to be Sam.
Well, this is a situation where a weapon might be nice. Just saying.
Agreed. So the weapon he's pulling out is weird.
I mean,
It doesn't look like a weapon
Okay.
initially.
Draw weapons.
All right.
Step
So,
1.
draw weapon step 1.
Baby Draco.
No, you stop trying to check your spell list. It's empty.
And yeah, I keep hitting my spell list, and I'm like, there's nothing here.
There is nothing there.
So, what are you guys going to do? The drakes, they're the one that got down on the ground in the middle of the base of the canyon path. He's registered the noise behind him, but he's kind of still like bowing up and hissing at you guys. The one that's still up in the cliff face has turned fully to facing that direction and looks like it's getting ready to head that way. I want to know what you're going to do right now at this very moment. And there's no initiative order right now, so just declare your actions.
I think Sam wants to go first based off that laugh. So we're going to...
Why is he laughing? What is going?
There's two things in each hand he's moving. The first looks to be about a foot-long metal bar. The other looks to be a potion. As he rubs his thumb along the grip of the blade and downs the potion, as the metal itself seems to stretch and expand to form a greatsword. It's a shifting weapon. The potion he just drank, which is about to pop up in the thing,
What is it with things and popping up when Sam's around?
He's still young. That happens a lot.
It's always something.
Oh, fair.
he drinks a potion of quickness.
Oh, nice. And in Pathfinder terms, a potion of quickness is it like a potion of haste?
Yes, though haste does something a little bit different.
Haste just gives you a complete other action.
Yep, it just gives you another action. No bonus to AC or saves. There are various different kind of things that can give you haste, and usually it'll say what they give you in that case. So some of them grants you haste, and it gives you actions specifically for using evasions. For some, it's using actions for attacks.
Mm-hmm.
This one is predominantly for strike and stride actions, basically movement or attacking.
Those are words.
And he just tosses the bottle, puts the greatsword kind of on one shoulder. Like, this is gonna get messy. Y'all ready?
Hey, Roder.
By all means, you're leading this party.
So, but what I'm asking for, Sam, because if you can see on the map, this is kind of a switchback canyon.
Yeah.
So the direct path straight ahead of you goes up about a 30-foot cliff face. The main rock in front of you, straight ahead
Right.
on the path. To the right, it's like only about a 20-foot shelf, but there's that tree on top of it. Or you can try and no matter what you do, the Drake is still on the ground in the middle of the lower portion of the path, and it doesn't seem to have moved back yet. And so the other Drake doesn't seem to be paying you guys as much attention, but it still hasn't moved either, because I'm waiting for you guys to see what you're going to do.
Cecil's actually going to call out in Jotun
Okay.
to the creature,
Which creature?
telling it, the Drake,
Oh, okay. Got it.
telling it, return. A basic command. To see if it will return to its master's side. In the hopes that it can help keep the big guy alive and a little bit longer.
Let's see here. Hang on one
Kind of
second.
leaning towards the ladies. Do any of you know what the hell he is saying in Tomb?
Not a clue at all. This
Okay.
it's complete gibberish.
Complete
Lovely.
gibberish. It's always gibberish. I'm trying to decide. I guess it'd just be like a
pulls out
wisdom.
guns.
I could do a skill check if that would help.
Yes, please do me an. I think there's animal handling in this, isn't there?
Animal handling would be
Or sort of nature. Yeah, you can give me a nature check.
Oh, we gotta hydrate.
Yep. I was gonna say that, but I was waiting for Sam to fish.
Now, my question: any circumstance for using a language it would understand or be trained in?
I will give you a +5 circumstance bonus for actually using the language that it would be trained in, plus the language is the bonus of the language. What's that? They're not all mine.
Let's see what we got. Oh,
That one's coming in black tar, I think.
38.
38? Okay. So it kind of raises an eyebrow. Take these, Mom. It kind of raises an eyebrow at you. And where's the blue cheese? It kind of raises an eyebrow at you, but it lifts its head quizzically. It even does the dog thing of turning its head sideways. And then it just like starts ticking off back around the corner.
And just in common, good boy.
Oh, what's your
You are
speed?
talking to the creature. Right.
So it's moving back.
returning
It's
to
moving off down the
master to help
path.
with that thing.
And when it goes down around, as it goes around out of sight around the corner, you hear it roar.
All right, let's go save Tiny.
All right, are you? So you're moving forward now. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and
Just
start
at a solid
initiative.
pace.
And let's go ahead and do start our initiative rolls. Oh, sorry, I'm organizing my dinner.
Yeah.
Hey, Ray.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can I roll initiative with my stealth? Because if I can use more of my abilities.
Is there Sam? Do me a favor. Is that actually something they
yeah.
can do?
there are certain abilities that allow you to swap it out.
I have surprise attack. You spring into combat faster than foes can react. Oh no, sorry, wrong one. Sneak attack. No, which one was it? Jeez. Was that this one? Yes, you spring into combat faster than foes can react. On the first round combat, if you roll deception or stealth for initiative, creatures that haven't acted are off guard to you.
Yep, that'll do it.
Ooh.
There you go. Neither one of the creatures, neither one of the technically enemy creatures, the drakes, neither one of them are looking directly at you anymore, and the Remoraz can't even see you because it's on the other side of the canyon. So yes, absolutely, you can. Estes is doing it. Idris and Accordia, and you still need to roll initiatives.
Sure.
And Radar, we're doing great. We're about to get into a big combat. All right, everyone's initiatives are up. Oh, Jesus Christ, Cecil. All right, so I guess Cecil goes first.
Look, I
Sam.
wasn't expecting to roll that well on initiative.
I know,
even
that's-
a freaking lie.
So, Sam, do me a favor real quick. Would you run down the order of combat in Pathfinder?
So, the order of combat is you have your 3 main actions, which can be used for a variety of different skills. Some abilities use them, some just basic abilities use them, such as striding, which a single stride is, if I remember correctly, hold on. If I'm remembering this correctly, which I could be wrong, thankfully I have this thing which allows me to check that. To stride. It's a single action, which is moving up to your speed. So you can technically use your entire action to move 3 times your speed.
Got it.
Which is probably what we're all going to be doing at this point. And all fucking huffing it.
Mhm.
But,
So-
basic actions, not including class actions, because all of those are going to be individual from person to person. Could be anything from, if we're talking just actions,
Mm-hmm.
that could be averting your gaze from something that has a visual effect.
That's considered an
Balance.
action?
Uh-huh.
Oh, neat.
Balancing, burrowing, climbing, commanding an animal, concealing an object, crawling, creating a diversion using deception, demoralizing using intimidation, disarming with athletics, dismissing something such as a magical effect or a summon, dropping prone, attempting to escape, fainting, which goes off deceptions, one of my personal favorites, especially for rogues. Using an ability that allows you to fly. There are a wide variety. The majority of the stuff are single actions. Very few are actually 2 actions outside of disabling devices.
I was going to say,
Jumps,
except for some of
picking
Cassie's stuff. Lots
Really?
of yeah. You have several things. I was looking through your sheet. You have several things that cost you 2 actions.
Yep.
Yeah, fair, I guess so.
It's actually fairly normal. The majority of class abilities are going to be 2 actions, like spells. The majority of spells are 2 actions.
I can't even.
All right. Don't worry. There's a cat behind me, which means this is all going to go good.
There's not a cat behind me, which means I don't have to worry about her making biscuits out of my ball sack.
All right. So Cecil, you are going first. What are you going to do? You have 3 actions to play with.
Just immediately looks to the others, just like, well, you all get 2 benefits today. You get to see me in my environment, and you get to see technically what the other side of my bloodline is. And he's just going to start huffing it. Which, if I remember, my movement speed is 30.
And so
that's 1 action. Two actions. And I guess he'll move up to be kind of not quite like with the dog, but like kind of like on the side of it, still giving the Drake space
I love it. You call it a dog. It's bigger than you are.
for now.
So that's your action, Cecil?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the Remoraz on its action is going to pounce down onto the giant who is trapped. And it is going to unleash a flurry of attacks. So it is going to attempt to bite him. And let me bring up his AC. He is...
I'm about to say, can you still, if they're tied to their specific sheet, can you just click the token and then do the roll that way?
I did.
Oh.
So, yeah, it rolled a 31. So, yes, it hit. It's rolling damage. Not horrible, but not the greatest. So, you see it, the Remoraz launch into the giant, bite down on him, and as he does, and this is only, you can see this, actually, for on Cecil. You can, and since you've encountered Remoraz before, you understand what's happening. You see it, the crest of spines that go down its back, they were like a dull red, almost throbbing.
They're
the
glowing now, aren't
moment
they?
the Remoraz goes down and bites down on him, you can see they suddenly go to a piercing red, like actually it's a red white, like hot iron,
hot like metal.
yeah. And you see that when the Remoraz bit down on the giant, you can see that huge burn blisters begin forming on his skin.
Yeah, those things are fucking nasty.
And it's also going to, let's see, it has one more attack, so it's going to do a that costs it 2 actions. It moves, so it only has 1. So it's just going to do another attack. Well, with its tail. And that also hit.
Ugh.
Ouch. And even the tail is glowing. The tail is like a bone spike, and it's like glowing with white hot intensity as well. So the giant is once again hit and cries out in pain once more. And the thing even has quite a bit of bonuses against the giant, because the giant can't really defend itself that much. It's because he's pinned and he is prone.
Yep.
So
I'm
he's
curious, that rocky outcropping, how high of a climb is it?
to where they are.
Yes.
Oh no, the Remoraz, he was on the ground, so he's at ground level. The Remoraz climbed down the wall to him.
Okay, so now I'm talking about, is he on ground level to us?
Oh no, sorry. Yeah, you're right. He's about 10 feet up.
10 feet. Okay, so that right there is like 10 feet right
Yes, that's right.
there?
That's 10 feet.
Perfect. That's what I needed to know.
Excellent. So that is the Remoraz's turn. Idris, you're up.
Okay. Idris will kind of look at the two ladies. Well, we'll at least get to see one of my party tricks today, maybe both. And well, one, there's like a surge of energy that so he's got both of his guns out. Surge of energy goes through the gun in his right hand, as he calls his energy shot, which is a free action. The tattoos on his face also begin to glow a little bit, and there is a wall of arcane energy that appears kind of in a half sphere in front of him as he casts Shield with his arcane tattoo. And then he is going to move. Let's see, his speed is only 25, I think.
I wonder what they use to kind of gauge what a player character's speed should be.
It looked like it was fairly similar to D&D. Like I lost speed because I lost movement speed because I'm technically considered small because of the particular like sub race that I picked.
Yep. Your speed will be based off racial, though other abilities and stuff can give you additional movement speed. Like with the subclass Cassie she actually gets a bonus to her movement speed for being the swashbuckler. think it's like 10
Yeah.
feet too, so it's significant.
That is with panache, it's 15 extra feet. Without panache, it's 5 feet.
Oh shit! Okay. That's
So if you
extra
gain, so basically when you start gaining panache,
Mhm.
you don't have to spend it. When you have panache on you, you have an additional 15 feet of movement.
Yes. I think that's what I understood this right. It says increased status bonus to your speed when you have panache, plus 10 feet, plus another 5 because we're past level 7.
Yeah, no,
when you
you're
don't
you're,
have panache, it says you still get half the status bonus rounded down to the nearest 5 foot, which half of 15 would be 7, rounded down would be 5.
Yep. But still, an additional 5 feet just at that, just as a general flat bonus that can then get upgraded to plus 15. That's potent. Very potent.
Yeah.
I forgot that it was raining. I turned the rain back on. So, Idris, what else are you doing? You moved forward?
I move forward. I don't really see anything in my range that's like attacking or it looks like it's going to attack.
Not yet, no.
So I'm just kind of spinning my guns in my fingers for the most part.
Remember, you
you
can
know what,
use
something
you
to
can
happen.
use the other 2 actions to move.
Yeah.
Well, I moved once.
Yeah.
So you can
use your
move
other
again and then
Oh,
move
you're
again.
right.
Yep.
You're
You can
right,
use a
you're right.
full turn move.
So then, yeah, I will move again here, and then let's see. Having to measure this is weird. Okay, there. So I am just a little bit behind Cecil. Guns trained on the frost drake.
Got it. It seems to be ignoring you. Its eyes are locked like directly ahead of it. It's even ignoring Cecil, who's right beside it. But yeah, Este, you're up.
Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be a 3-action move. Because I can't do anything back here.
Yeah.
Wrong way. There we go.
Is it not moving
Yeah.
you?
It's not moving me. It's fine. This is just being. We're just. Sam, stop.
No, not that. Not yet.
Thank you, Sphinx.
I got you.
Oh, is it acting like you don't have control over it?
No, I have control over it. It wouldn't let me use the like fancy tooltips.
Oh,
So
the
that I
whole
could, like, slide.
measure to move. Got it.
Yeah. Like I could measure, but I couldn't move. I'm gonna wind up in the same spot as Sphinx anyways after all 3. So we're just gonna move her up all the way there. Because I also only have
Oh,
25.
when you measure, you have to either you have to hold down the space bar or you have to press the space bar when you're moving.
Okay. In the future.
That's good
Okay,
to know.
so you can measure and then space, and it'll move you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting. I did
Learning things.
not know that. Cool.
Yeah, the little
Hmm.
thing.
I'm gonna try that with my own NPCs. All right. So did you already do your three moves?
Yes.
All
Yeah, I have
right.
the same amount of movement as Sphinx, so that's
Gotcha.
why I just left. I was like, I'm just gonna move her right
That's okay. Accordia, you're up.
Welcome to the party.
Okay. So
here.
Now.
This will be interesting.
Let us see what Accordia.
my speed is 30.
There's Accordia's character sheet.
So that means
Yeah, I need to get faster.
technically my speed right now is 35.
Yes.
Okay. Which
It
would
should
put
actually
me-
it should automatically account for that. It
Did
should.
it? I'm not. I don't
Yes.
know what my
It
original
does. It
speed
does
was.
actually.
Because my original
Okay,
speed
so
is
30 is
25
just
until
like
an
a speed.
ability is until or while a certain feature until I got a certain feature, and then it automatically bumped it up to 30. So the moment you check that you've
Okay.
got panache, it should increase again.
That's a button I can push.
Should be in the action category, I believe.
I have finisher and I have bright as check marks.
Okay.
It might be. I don't know.
Like in my feat list, there's nothing for it either. That just like lists everything. So
Yeah, I'm looking through your
we're
sheet right
winging
now.
it.
I'm just trying to figure out how.
Yeah.
Did you find out how you gain panache?
So you
So-
gain panache via skill
Panache
usage.
is you gain panache by successfully performing the skill check associated with the specific action that you have a bit of flair. So like a tumble through. Additional actions determined by your swashbuckler style, which is Battle Dancer. At the GM's discretion, after succeeding at a check to perform a particularly daring action, such as swinging from a chandelier or sliding down drapery, you also gain panache. So I think it's either like DM is like, that was cool, you get panache, or like a
It's style
successful
points.
check.
Yep, it's style points for the most part.
Yeah.
And you get specific abilities that you can use.
It evaporates after combat.
Yep. All right, so
Yep.
you need to figure out a way to start generating panache without being in a fight.
I gotta figure that out. Okay.
I have a billion ideas.
I'm looking at this and I'm
Mhm.
trying to figure out how to
Remember,
make this cool.
this character is literally about showing off.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I'm just trying to look cool, guys.
You're, considering we have the
My
same
whole
speed, you
point.
could get up to right where Cecil is.
Yes. Now, with my what was that thing called? Because I still don't know how much any of these actions cost.
If you look at the
So-
action on your sheet, where you see the
There's the diamonds.
yes, that's one action. If there's two
That's
diamonds,
one.
it's two actions.
Okay.
Well, the
So,
biggest
like,
thing is
all
it
of the
doesn't show
ones
like
on my
what
sheet?
skills. It doesn't necessarily show all the skills.
Yeah, all my sheets are one diamond, so like, but it's just my weapons.
No,
If you're looking
down.
for skills you can use here, it could be something like you could use tumble through to like say maybe like use two of your actions to get close and then use tumble through to let's see. Because it's tumble through, you move, you stride up to your speed, and then you
Are
try
those
to move
things I
through.
have to add to my list? Like, where are those hiding?
Technically, yes. So if you go on to, I want to say it's, if you look on actions, reactions, and free actions, you can browse, and then you can add add the additional actions you can do on there. There is
Okay.
a lot of them. I definitely suggest
Okay.
tumble through, because what tumble through will do. Let me see if this
Oh
will
my
actually
gosh.
post it.
Okay, yeah, there's.
I'm gonna look
I was
at-
mistaken. Like, none of your actions really take two diamonds.
Yeah, This is super fun, guys. We're watching me look confused about.
That's
things.
all right.
This is great. This is great.
I have an idea for gaining panache, possibly. Since we know each other, since we're old friends,
Yes.
since we're battle buddies, in fact.
Advice.
Some duo move, like maybe as you roll through, like it just will automatically like bend over. You can kind of like flip over Idris. That's a panache
Volt,
right
Volt
there.
off his
I-
back.
Yeah.
Could I like make the run, right? Idris does the cool bump up thing and like bounce off like this sidewall over here.
hmm
I can't ping it. Cool.
I was actually gonna suggest you do
Like-
something like parkour.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. Like I'm jumping off Idris, I'm bouncing off a wall. How many actions does that cost?
Well, that would actually fall under
Tumble
technically
through.
under tumble through, which uses
Okay.
as part of tumble through, you move your movement. So it's basically tumble through is parkour.
So
You're just moving through combat.
let's see. Yeah, because my first action would get me here,
Mm-hmm.
because that's 30.
Right.
And then I don't know.
Hit the spacebar.
Right, I'm just trying to like.
No, I know. You're trying to put yourself where you want to be.
So that would be 2 actions.
And then for the last
That's
action, you can use
60
tumble
feet.
through.
And then I can tumble through, and that would get me like right up in melee with this guy.
Yep.
Well, but we're also not trying to fight that guy right now.
Well, yeah, but she's just
Not
saying
that.
that she's going to get in melee range.
But that
with
would get
guy.
me there.
Yeah.
There, you go there.
And you can like literally
Let's-
just do wall running.
Oh, I can go all the way here. Hiya!
And you got to make. Do you have to make a roll for tumble through?
Double checking now. I believe it is.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be some like
Acrobatics.
acrobatics.
It's an acrobatics. Okay. I think I'm
Yep,
good at that.
it is acrobatics.
Okay, so extra role play
Acrobatics.
Here. So
Oh, yes,
Idris will
I am an
hear-
expert.
Idris will hear her coming. And will turn to Este. One moment, please. We'll talk down.
She's just running. And yeah, like, you use his, like, knee to kind of, like, bounce up, run across the wall, and kind of, like, skid land in that little crevice.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Right
parkour.
there. Parkour!
Yes.
And now you have panaches.
I'm trying
And
to
then I have
convince her
to-
that she does not have to say parkour every time she does parkour.
No, but it sounds so much cooler.
It's not bad.
And
All
I
right.
make an acrobatics roll for that?
Yes.
Yes.
Only if you are moving, if the DM says so, or if you are moving through an enemy space.
Technically, the Drake
I'm moving.
is not a friendly.
Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
running into a space.
Yep. Well, also, you technically did move through an allied space, so technically that could count as well.
Okay, what? We're rolling.
It's basically, if you succeed, it essentially failing it basically just means like you lose speed as you're traveling through other people's space. It allows the tumble through ability allows you to move through the space of another creature
Okay.
All right.
without losing movement speed. Sliding under the legs, tumbling over their backs, wall running around them.
Okay. So we take this and we roll.
Oh yeah, you made it. Jesus, plus 16.
Yeah. There you go.
And you were
That
worried?
is a bit better. I do not know.
All right, so that's the
Like,
end of your
Throw
action.
the fancies on it. So
Um,
that's my 3 actions, 2
yep.
movements, and then the tumble through is another movement.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
I didn't mean to kill him. I accidentally killed one of the Drakes.
Don't kill
Oh
him.
no!
Ah,
Hey, we don't just go randomly killing drakes, guys.
Oh
There it
no!
is.
That's
Might be
Drake's
okay.
job. Only Drake can kill Drake.
Oh wow. The Drake at the top,
Owl doesn't kill him
Almost
first.
no.
the Drake at the top of the cliff, unfolds its wings and launches into the air.
And where does it go?
Oh,
Come
boy.
on,
Okay.
buddy. Join the party.
One.
Do we really want him to join the party, though?
If it's going after the file centipede, then yes.
Now let me check something.
I mean, I will take anything to get my blood moving. This is so freaking cold here.
Good fight.
It only has one action left, so.
Oh.
Ooh. Okay, never mind. It has. It's spent that. It spent one to move, so it still only has one left. So it is going to go ahead and move again. It doesn't have anything it can do at this range. And that will put it. I'll put it right over here.
It's protecting his.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, it goes running over there and just lumps is dead. And that's its turn. This one is going to do something very similar. It spreads its wings and launches off the ground. And it will get to here and it will have 2 AP left at this point. No, it still has only 1.
Father, I crave violence.
Father, I crave violence.
Good.
Oh, good. It's left me some room. This is exactly what I needed.
So it's actually going to use... When it uses its action to attack, it gets all the attacks it has listed, right? Or does it only get, like, 1?
Depends on the stat block.
If each attack is listed separately, I assume that means it's... Oh, okay, never mind, I see it.
Like a flurry of blows kind of thing.
Yeah.
You get one attack is 3 punchies or something like that.
So it's going to go ahead and it's just going to attempt to bite the Rimaraz, which is... It hits... No, wait, does it hit? I think it missed. It actually missed, but it's now within 5 feet of the Rimaraz, so it's going to take some damage. And... as it gets nearer, you guys can see this because you're close enough to see it now. But it actually, its skin, its scales and everything begin to crisp as it's the area, the side of it facing the Rimaraz begins to burn.
It's spicy. Why is it spicy?
Why is it spicy?
Because spicy is good. And that is top of the round again.
Alrighty. I'm glad I was given a little room. As he just kind of like looks up and goes to style, sees the tempo, it's like, oh yeah, I can make that. Gunslinger.
Mm-hmm.
You know the biggest. The other side of my family are half giants. As he cast Enlarge Self, he's casting it at a raised level. Instead of going large, he goes huge.
Extra large.
It's Godzilla!
Super size.
So
Can
I'm
you
trying to figure out
resize
if I
him?
can create
I
an
can
aura?
resize.
So his size needs to be a 3x3 now.
Give me a moment.
No.
It,
No.
Hey.
It just watches that, and it's like, well, now there will be no living with him.
Which stands about 19 and a half feet tall.
Was there ever any living with him in the first place, really?
Not really, but now it is just it is going to get worse.
The,
That's
com-
pretty helpful.
the size comparison to the characters normally to the Frost Giant is now the Frost Giant to Cecil. Frost Giants are large.
Hang on a second. I think you're a little bit bigger than that, aren't you?
Huge.
Yeah, that's another size category up.
Yep.
That should be it.
Anyone have a sling and a rock?
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's not the right size.
You're
comparison.
officially huge.
And now he can basically just do a little step up on that rocky platform.
Can you grab him? There
Yes.
you go. Good. Okay.
You know, he probably could have offered to lift the rest of us up onto the ledge so that
That
we
would
could
have
more
been
easily have
polite,
a
yes.
fight.
It would have been nice to have a climb.
All right. So, how many action points did casting Enlarge Self cost
So,
you?
enlarge is 2, the movement is 1.
Got it. All right. So that's the end of Cecil's turn.
Mm-hmm.
Right is due. On its turn, Zeribaraz is going to...
Oh, wait, no. I almost forgot about something.
What?
I'm hasted.
You just double your movement speed, right?
No. I can use it for an additional move, or I can use it to do a strike.
Oh, go ahead.
So I'm actually going to use the hasted movement to move, and then he is going to use the aid action by lowering down his arm so that the group can climb up it. Because originally I wouldn't have had the action to come down there once they got their next turn. If they didn't make their way up, he was going to either scoop them or put his arm down so he can.
Got it.
Now he's just basically just
And
leaning
we'll
down.
climb it,
just-
use it as an elevator.
All right, excellent. So that is all prepared for when you guys move up. That means it's going to cost you no extra movement to move up there. Because Cecil's maybe basically making it easy for you. All right. I need... So, the Remoraz suddenly just begins spinning in place almost, and its limbs, its head and its tail begin moving massively.
No. I
It's
know what
good to
it's
throw
doing.
something, isn't it?
No. You've played Pokemon. You've seen Pokemon use Thrash.
I feel like I'm very glad that I'm down here and not up there yet.
Yes, as am I.
So, Sam, help me out with this real quick. It says it's called Thrash. Each attack counts towards the Remoraz's multiple attack penalty, but the multiple attack penalty doesn't increase until after the attacks have been made. So,
Correct.
I think there's a penalty for making multiple attacks.
Yes. Every time you make an attack, your next attack costs or has less of a chance to hit.
Got it.
So it is typically, if I'm remembering the calculation, it's typically a -5.
So I'm assuming that this thing is counting that in.
Yes, you'll see. If I remember correctly.
Well, let me go ahead and start the melee attack, and I'll see if it comes up. Because it is going to target one of the drakes with 1. And so it's going to make the jaw attack with that. And that is going to be a 36, definitely hits. 20. Ah, Jesus Christ. This thing does a fuck ton of damage.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And then the other one is going to get the tail strike. And then that one. And let's see if it takes the 20 off, the 5 off of that. Yep, it did it. It did it. It automatically does it. Perfect. So that means it's going to do it for you guys too. It automatically include that in the roll, so you guys don't have to worry about it.
Ooh, cool.
So if it's your turn on initiative and you start using your attacks instead of movements and stuff like that, it'll automatically apply the penalty to your attacks to the roll, so you don't have to worry about trying to calculate it in.
Oh, that's
Oh, cool.
perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
Ow! The option on my daggers to roll with the correct one for each attack.
But I should have given him a +5 on that last attack because the penalty didn't come in until afterwards. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and use his last action to make an attack with his massive jaws on the giant.
I hate it.
You hate it? Why?
Because the
You're
giant's
supposed to be helping the giant.
right.
You are helping the giant, but you're just not there to help him yet. Oh, fuck, crit.
Oh fuck.
God damn it.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no. Is he dead?
No, but he is not looking good. The Remoraz basically the first time it hit him, it bit into him. He was blistered. The second time the thrashing, like its head launched out and bit one of the drakes. Its tail, like without even looking, snapped one of the drakes. It pulled both of them back, and then it leaned forward and it bites into like the giant's pectoral muscle, and just tears a massive chunk of it out and then swallows it.
Yeah, Remoraz are not nice. Now you're seeing why, because that thing's doing additional fire damage, and last I checked, all of these creatures that are our allies do not do good against fire. So we need to hurry the fuck up.
Idris, you're up.
Okay. How do I do the thing? How do I do the thing?
Which thing are you doing?
Okay, so it's the 20. I'm trying to do the thing where he. There we go. That's 25. So he's gonna see the hand stretched out. I feel like it's probably gonna take him another movement to get there.
Which will give you one more action.
I'll give him one more action. Yeah. Fuck it, we'll do it. So he will get up there.
And
Listen, motherfucker. There we go. Bam. And then he is going to aim that right hand pistol at the Remoraz. And that right hand pistol is going to start crackling with electricity as he takes his very first shot. Let me see. Do I need to... Oh, I can't do that right now because you are a bum. There you go. Alright, so here we go. Shooting with a pepper box. Attack, baby.
Remember to target the Remoraz.
I already did.
Yeah. Holy fuck.
Go, baby, that's a crit.
Now remember, there's 2 different damage buttons. Make sure you hit the critical button.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's a crit, baby. 18 points of piercing damage.
And it's
And
stunned.
I'm...
Oh, it needs to make a
it has-
DC 27
it-
fortitude save.
Yes.
Yeah, plus 2 points of lightning damage.
So 20. Why isn't it adding
Yeah,
the lightning damage in?
Whatever, it hasn't taken the... didn't take the energy shot into account, it looks like.
I don't know why. Alright, no problem. Oh, there's a thing down there at the bottom that says affect energy shot. You might have to click on it. Nope, never mind. That's just a description.
Just
Alright, so it's
Yeah.
20 points of total damage then.
cool.
And then it's got to make a DC 27 fort save.
That's correct.
It just barely fucking made it.
Just makes it.
Just makes it. Meets it, beats it.
Damn.
So, So he is not stunned, but he did take the damage. Alright, was that all your AP?
That's all I can do. Yeah.
No problem. Esther, you're up.
Yep. I'm gonna head over and I am going to start climbing up Cecil's arm. Because I am still too far away. That's not what I wanted to click on. I need this. If I could function today, that'd be nice. I am
You can function.
climbing
You
up.
can do it.
I'm leaving myself in sight so I can actually grab my token when I get
Okay.
up there.
Got it.
I am climbing up here.
Climbing up Cecil's leg.
Can we literally just say, like, he put his arm down and his hands out? We're just, like, getting on his hands so he
He
can
just lifts you up and sets you down on the ledge.
literally everyone's on.
Did you use all your AP to get up there?
No, because it would have been about... It
It
probably...
would have been 2.
It would have been 2, and I there's no way I'm going to be able to reach the Remoraz from here, I don't think. Not
What's your
throwing.
range for your throwing?
60. And it's 65.
Yeah, just out of
You're
range.
so close.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just within range myself, so I feel you.
All right, so Este, you're done.
All done.
All right, Accordia.
Okay. I was trying to figure out how to add panache to my character sheet, and I have no idea. It's fine. I just have to remember. So now my speed is 40
Mm-hmm.
because of the level we're on. So I should be able to. Where am I going? Get what? Oh god. Okay. So climbing up, I can get here with a turn. And then that's all just like a wall behind us, right?
Yep.
Okay.
The Reamraz literally came
is
out
the
of a hole in the wall that it blew all
Sure,
the,
okay.
the boulders from.
So he's kind of sort of uppish a little bit. He's
No,
not,
he
like,
he had to climb down because he
level
wanted to
level?
eat the giant.
Gotcha. Okay. So he is technically level with us.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Then I have my 40 feet. Oh god, this is gonna be so dumb. Yep, we're gonna run right into his business. for my
All
second
all
action.
up in his business.
All up in his business. And then this is stupid, but is drawing weapons an action, or that's part of the attack action?
Drawing weapon
that's-
action unless you have an action that allows you to draw and attack in one.
I mean, we all
Feel
drew our
like-
weapons at the start of this,
Why?
so I feel like you probably already had your weapon out.
I
Yeah.
did not in fact draw my weapons because I can draw and I have quick draw.
I feel like I have a thing about this, but because I read somewhere like you can.
Look to see if you have quick draw.
Actually, no, drawing a weapon is a bonus action, so you can do one a turn.
There's no bonus action in this game, is there?
There are.
Oh.
There are free actions, which you get one a turn. A bonus action that's I call it bonus action because it's the best thing for it. It looks like instead of the full diamond, it just shows the little diamond. Which drawing a weapon is that. Stowing a weapon is a full action though. And dropping a weapon is a free action.
There you
Okay.
go.
Any
So
bonus
it's bonus to whip it out. Because we're going with the whip. I got a new toy. I have to use it. Yeah, guys. I climbed up. I parkoured
That's
off a
quote in
wall.
quotes.
And
That's
I'm
quote in
whipping it
quotes.
out. I'm whipping it out. Which there was a save that I had to make for that. 'Cause
Yeah,
whip
the
is
gymnastics. Not gymnastics, acrobatics.
acrobatics.
Yes, ma'am.
We're rolling it again.
Roll that acrobatics.
Or was it a reflex?
You had to
No,
make
it
a
was acrobatics.
It was acrobatics.
It was acrobatics.
Yeah.
Okay.
You had to make a skill check basically.
Gotcha. Okay. Acrobatics. Roll. Okay. It was not great.
It's still good.
23. Is it hurting me?
No. It's still well good enough.
Great. I love it. Cool. Then I can attack with. So okay. Add. There's like a range increment of 15 feet. That's not like a
You don't have to worry about it when you're in close
melee
combat.
disadvantage.
No. That means you can be in melee up to 15 feet away from the creature.
Okay, 15 is my melee. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was like a
Yeah.
ranged attack.
Yeah,
thing
whips
where you were
whips
under.
actually have good distance, unlike 5e.
Beautiful.
I will give you this
love
one
it.
thing.
Cool.
Everyone near the Reamraz is catching on fire. 15 feet
Yeah.
may keep you out of the fire if you want to stop 15 feet away from the Reamraz.
That's fair.
So two
Yes,
squares.
duh.
2 squares between you and
Yes,
it.
I have space. I have space. I can do.
Social
You do have
distance it.
Social
I
distancing.
can move myself.
Remember, people, social distance where you can, when you can. We want you to be able to come back and join us every single week.
Exactly.
And not catch
And when
fire
it's-
by being close to a river.
And,
Yeah.
and
you
when
don't wanna
its
catch
skin
fire.
is like magma, you definitely don't want to get too close.
So I can step back, or I can stop before I get too close, and I can strike.
Yes.
And now, okay, now I have to remember how to fight this thing.
Now that's
I
the
can-
easy part.
How do fight?
You right click.
Target.
Yeah.
Select target,
Mm-hmm.
and then I pick the target.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go to my character sheet, and I hit the strike button. Ow, Charlie, you were left behind. No ammunition. Yes, I know there's no ammunition. I hit the strike button. Why do I have to have ammo? No ammo.
It's probably not
What?
doing it right. Hang on 1 second. Oh, that's a Reamer-S. Let me bring you up. So,
Yeah,
actions.
Wolf shouldn't have a ammo. That's bizarre.
Ah, yes, I forgot to tactically reload my whip.
Quick, someone hand me the shells.
Listen, I whipped it out. I wasn't ready to go.
Starts shoving shotgun shells in the
Oh.
bottom of the whip.
Ah, the whip is still strong.
Reloads the shovel.
Just broken glass in the whip. Just come on.
Come on, let's go. Let's go. We can do this.
It's like a pepper grinder. You just put the glass in like, come on.
I do the call, the really cool like flick it behind you like 2 or 3 times, you know, just warming it up before.
There you go.
Gotta get it ready.
Gotta warm
Will
it up.
tease
Gotta
me to
warm it up.
hurt.
Oh, stop!
Mm.
Dude, you cannot
Right
climb
about
on my
that.
lap right now. Why do you?
Shit.
Why-
Just do me a favor. Put yourself back into base to base with him. Roll the attacks and then move yourself back.
Okay.
Just to be able to move the whole thing along. Because I've got to
Yeah.
figure out why it's doing that. It has a range increment, but it shouldn't have ammunition.
Okay.
That's
So
weird.
do and click. I select it. Go back to character sheet. Hit strike. Did that go? That didn't do anything. Strike.
Manually roll it then. In that case, since it's being a butt.
It's being a joke.
Okay.
Yeah, let me see if I can
the
override
heck?
it. Mechanical issues.
Out of curiosity, when you are managing it in the weapons category, and you're going through the details
It's
of
under
it,
me?
did you set it as the base weapon of a whip?
Yep.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah, I'm editing it right now, and it's rare. Blah blah blah. Slug. Okay.
I mean, I can manually
See-
roll, but I don't know what to add.
Numbers.
Yeah, its base weapon is a whip.
Yeah, and like I have the strike button, but
Yeah, it's just
Nothing.
saying you need
Oh.
ammo for it, and I don't know how to put ammo in.
That is odd. I'd probably say just do a.
should I like just add a basic whip to my thing and roll that as
Yeah.
an attack?
And then just add a circumstantial bonus for any pluses the whip has.
Oh my gosh. Hey guys, I showed up to be the problem. child
You're not the
today.
problem. It's my fault. I didn't make the weapon right.
That's not what I wanted. I want to go to the browse. Yes, I want to leave that. Get back here. Equipment. Whip. Whip. Oh, and then I have to like drag it. That's right. I have to go here. I have to drag it. Now it's on my character sheet.
There you go.
And then if I do the equippy thing, it's got it. Now if I go to my actions, I can go.
Shit.
Okay. And then I get a circumstance bonus for the +4 that I have for the bar book, because that says that's my only addition to it. Whereas the other weapons have like stuff to it.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
Like, is this like a plus blank weapon where you have your regular adds to attack plus?
Yeah,
your
yeah. It should be a
weapon
+2.
Okay. It's a +2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'll add that as a circumstance
Yep.
to add. Okay. Roll.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that hit.
That hits.
See if, you
29.
can, see if you can hit the
Those-
damage
those
button on
watching.
the barbed whip. Because there's a damage button on it. There you
Damage.
go.
Oh! That worked!
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
And then one quick thing: how does the bleed effect work?
I was going
Does it
to look,
automatically
I don't
happen?
know. I
Oh yeah,
there
it
was
gives
a
no. It gives
save
the
to
condition. No, it gives the condition bleed 1.
bleed 2.
Bleed 2.
It is a +3 to
+3.
attack, 1d6 slashing, and inflict bleed 2. Wielding the whip on the first turn attempts to apply bleed to the user. And I passed that, so yeah, okay. Yeah, so it's a bleed 2 effect.
And that means that number 1, you had another plus to damage because it was +3, not +2. So
Yes.
this damage is not accurate as well because it should have 3 added to it on the main on the total. So that is 8 points of actual damage instead of the 5, and it's going to have bleed 2 on it. Oops. Let's go for that. Sorry, folks. It's my fault. And are you dancing, Sphinx?
Well, I suppose because I didn't retarget it, it didn't, like, bump back on him.
And naturally, this thing doesn't have bleed as a condition it can inflict. Alright, so it's got bleed on it. I just got to put something on there to remind myself. So, is that your last action?
That should be, because it took me 2 actions to move up to
Gotcha.
where I was.
And remember to
which
move
I'll
yourself
just-
back too, because otherwise I'm going to
Yep.
make you take damage. Alrighty.
Yep, so move myself back. Yeah, so that was my 2 movements and an attack. That was my 3 actions.
So, oops. And so let's go to the Frost Giant. He is going to try and make a strength check again to get out from underneath. Let's go, Mr. Gianto. Oh my gosh, that was horrible. Nope, he is still pinned. And that is his action. The Frost Drakes are going to, on their turns, they're going to take damage from the fucking thing again at the end of their turn. But they're also going to attack. So the this one is going to go ahead and Actually, this first Drake rears its head back and just lets loose, and you see like this mist shoot out of its mouth, and it hits the Remoraz, and it just like evaporates. And the Frost Drake kind of like pulls its head back confused, and then attempts to bite it. And misses. So the other Frost Drake, which goes next, seeing that the first one's special attack had no effect, that Frost Drake is going to... It's going to activate its Dragon Frenzy, which is going to mean it makes 2 Fang Strikes and a Tail Strike in any order. So it's going to make 2 Fang Strikes. Here's the first one. Misses. Second one. Hits. So damage on that. Oh, that's nice. It did 28 points of damage.
Ayy.
That's what we like.
And then it's going to use its Tail Strike. And that hit
Yeah.
for more damage. Yay!
Oh, damn it.
Yay!
All right. Why is Remus suddenly got 0 hit points?
Because we killed it, we won.
Huzzah!
Thing.
Huzzah! We
That
have...
thing only had like 10 hit points.
Yeah, it had 10 hit points total, so that's it. All right, there you go. And the Remoraz is not looking too healthy. But each one of the dragons is now going to have to take damage.
Not
Buddies.
They are going to each take, oh, it's not bad, 6 points of fire damage.
Okay, that's fine.
Respectable.
Oh, the giant takes it too.
that's less okay.
Oh yeah, he's not looking great.
Don't worry, buddy. We're here.
And
I don't know if any
then
of us have like Healy heals, but
I've got
it is back to the top of
ability
the round with Cecil.
could be useful.
Cecil, you're up. There's a big thing moving.
Just stomped around like Ant-Man.
Oh yes,
You're muted, Sam.
We're the Avengers, but we're not like the mainline Avengers. We're like the backup Avengers.
I just realized I was muted. Dang it.
like the West Coast Avengers.
I was just about to say that.
Due to the size,
Girl and
Diesel
company.
has reach of 15 feet. And we're gonna spell strike this bitch.
And what does that do?
Which means I need to first make a weapon attack. And if that hits, fun stuff happens. I don't get the circumstance to hit. I do get it to damage from the size increase.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I miss by 4, which is where I'm going to use. I think this is the first time it's being used in the game. Hero point.
Hero point. That gets you an automatic reroll, correct?
They are used in one of 2 circumstances: re-rolling a roll, or immediately passing 1 wound or death saves.
Oh, that's nice.
You get the one at the start of each session.
And they carry over.
So let's try that again.
Fire away. That should hit.
Ah. It is still a miss.
What is Rimraz's
Pile
armor?
one. Ugh.
I show a
Spell strike
27.
does not get activated, but he can attempt to strike again. Since I moved, I don't have a full 3 strikes.
Sam, you have yourself targeted.
Aren't you still hasted though?
This is true.
Sam, you have yourself targeted.
Don't target yourself.
Why
Because
is it targeting myself?
I don't know, but I was looking at it and it said that a 28 missed, and that's your AC. The Rimraz's AC is 27.
Oh. So that first attack would hit then.
Yes, the second attack would hit. The first attack still missed.
Well, the first
The
one
first
was
attack-
re-rolled.
Yeah, the first attack became a 27.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
So, first I have to roll, or I show off which spell he was using. We've seen this one before. Weapon Storm.
And what does it do?
Now, unfortunately, it wasn't unfortunately, it did not. It was not a critical hit, or it would have targeted the critical effect. However, it was a success. It was a successful hit because it was done through spell strike. This thing does not get a save against it. The hit is treated as the save.
Okay.
So it hits the creature, and then everything behind the creature, which is nothing. Dealing the damage of the weapon plus 4 additional dice of the weapon. So I rolled the damage dice of the weapon 5 times.
Jesus Christ.
Well, okay then.
I'm just gonna sit here and assume I don't even need to pull out my daggers at this point.
Oh no, I doubt he can kill it.
He just have to spinning his guns.
Esther's like toying with her armor because if I do get to do it, I get to use. I forgot I had a thing with my armor.
Just sitting
Let me
here
do
with
the
my whip
math
in the
on it real quick.
background, flipping it like a cattail behind me.
Let's see here.
Like we're all like
The grand
doing like
total
idle
of-
poses in a fighting game.
Yes, we're idle posing.
And that is one thing that is not included in that. And that is it did not take into account the extra damage from the size increase, which is plus 4.
So that should be 105 total.
With the bonus from the size increase, which is a plus 4.
I added that in. That's
That's
105.
that's to all of those. It does
Oh.
the weapon's damage. That's
So-
121. As he just lets that cast the spell, lets the sword down, striking the creature, and just like a flurry of blades splash past it.
The Remoraz lets out a freaking howl of pain, but is still standing.
And now it's the Rimraz's turn.
And now it's the
No, 'cause
Remoraz.
Now I still have one more
Oh,
attack.
here's one more attack. Here's one more attack, ladies and gentlemen.
Targeted the right one that time. 20 plus the 4 for 24.
24 misses.
No. 28 hit.
Oh, okay, got you. That's the
That's
damage.
24 damage.
Got it. That strike hits true as well, but the Remoraz is still on its feet. It's glowing even brighter, and it is going to do bad things.
Gonna do bad things.
Gonna do bad things. Barrow.
I don't know if that's on.
And he's just
First
gonna just
off-
kind of like puff up his chest a little bit to show off the plates made of Remoraz, trying to get its attention off of the giant.
Sam. Wait. Let me do this first. How do I do the effect? There it goes.
Effect? What effect?
The effect.
So the Remoraz is
What a
blasted. The Remoraz opens its mouth and a cone of flame comes out of it.
Man, I'm really.
I need.
great thing is way back here. Yes.
I need
That's my
Accordia,
charisma.
Cecil. The giant gets disadvantage, and the fire drakes are gonna do. All you have to do reflex saves.
Reflex save,
Yes.
which is
It's on their saves. Yes.
Whoop.
So what is the DC on the
Hiya.
reflex save?
But I
Oh
have
my
the
God.
thing.
You have a
but
thing.
you have the thing that you have evasion.
Proficiency master. When you roll a success on a reflex save, you critically success instead. Okay, so just roll.
It's great.
Hiya.
We'll have it.
Not to
Oh,
mention,
jeez.
if I remember correctly, with I think evasion also gives you an additional bonus.
It doesn't say so.
You've
No,
learned
it-
to move quickly to
it-
avoid explosions.
Yeah,
Your
so I'm a
proficiency
master.
that just makes it immediately a master when you roll.
Yeah, I'm a master,
success.
and then if I success, it's critical success.
So you've now critical successed. Sam, did you already roll yours?
I'm rolling it now.
Which critical success means no damage, right? Because success is
Depending
half,
on the
critical is none.
ability.
Okay.
Depending on the
I'm
ability.
just thinking that like the evasion in D&D. Or that's not evasion.
24.
All right. So the only one who
Uncanny
succeeded
dodge
at
in
all was Accordia.
Oof.
And it is going to do its damage. 49 points of fire damage. Accordia, you don't take any.
Hang
You
on,
basically,
but-
you momentarily dart behind one of the drakes, and it takes all of it.
It just
Animals.
wants to go have like,
matrixing underneath this like fire storm that rages on.
So I would take half of that in that case. Or is,
Yep.
is that half of that?
Nope. That's the
right,
full.
Cody. Limbo under it. Limbo.
What's this?
So half of that would be 24?
24.
24 and a half.
Is the giant large?
Giant
Yep.
is huge.
Okay, so you can't do that. So the Remoraz is going to do one last thing. It is going to spend its last AP. It grabs a hold of the giant, like it basically pierces him through the leg because the giant's gone limp, and with its tail, and it just straight out burrows into stone.
Oh,
Ev-
I hate that.
Technically, the stone's kind of melting. So, is there like attack of opportunity in this game?
Yes,
Okay.
there is.
So
Certain-
everyone
the
gets an attack
only-
opportunity.
Everyone within range of him does.
Yep.
It provided your class gives you attack of opportunity. Not all classes get it.
Do monsters get it?
If it's in their stat block.
So you have to have it in your stat block?
Yes. Not all creatures get attack of opportunity.
I don't see anything about attack of opportunity in this.
I don't see it on my sheet either.
It would be probably under passives.
It'll be in class.
It is. Oh, there it is. I found it. Okay. Okay. Melee strike to trigger the to attempt to disarm. Okay.
Yeah, I do not see
I got
the
that.
attack of opportunity anywhere on her sheet.
No. That is, yeah.
Yeah, Sam's is like right there in reaction, so it will be very prominent if you had it.
It would be in my action
Yep.
economy.
Yep. So Sam, you may do your attack of opportunity.
Alrighty. Let's give this thing some ham. I'm not sure how hurt it is, so I have no idea if this will actually do the thing. Or if this will actually stop it. But we're going to try anyway. Make sure I'm targeting the fucker.
The fucker.
$31
Hit.
hits. $27 plus the 4 makes it a 31.
Oh man. How do you want to do this?
Let's go.
As it goes to burrow, slip the blade down and uses its own trying to driving force down and go up. Using its own leverage against it and just splitting it.
So the Remoraz collapses. As it collapses, the intensity of its glow on its rill begins to go down. But it is still glowing.
Yep.
The giant is unconscious and obviously bleeding out. The moment that the Remoraz goes down, the two drakes go over to the giant and they grab him and they begin dragging him away from the Remoraz. So that is basically we're out of combat now. Everyone else wasn't in close combat with the Remoraz, so you don't have to worry about that aspect of it. But what are you going to do about the giant? We're still technically in initiative because the giant could die.
He's going. Cecil has something for this, unless somebody else has something for this they want to do.
Cecil is gonna run forward. With his gun, is gonna switch the energy on the gun to fire damage. He's gonna shoot a shot in the air, and then he's gonna barrel the hot
Barrel.
what's that thing called?
Barrel?
Barrel into the wound and use cauterize.
Oh, does that heal?
It will lower
Stabilize?
press the heating barrel to the wound, giving an immediate flat check to end the bleed and lower the DC for particularly effective assistance.
Ah, so you lower someone else's DC to try and heal him.
Yeah, so I should be able to stop the bleeding.
He's not. Well, he's bleeding out as in he's dying, not as a bleed effect.
Yeah.
But you are going to lower the DC. How much does it lower the DC for anyone trying to heal him? It said significantly,
it just gives
too.
an immediate flat check. It doesn't say what that flat check is.
So that's mainly towards like you're dealing with wounds. So, granted, for the wounded condition, it won't be as severe. What I'm going to use for this is this. Considering giant size, everything on him is giant sized. That doesn't mean the effects of it necessarily change. So you just see him reach into his bag and just pull out what looks like a giant sized potion of healing. Uncork it, splashing some of it on the wounds, pouring some of it into his mouth.
Go ahead and hit the use button on it. Yep.
He immediately heals 27.
He was down. He was negative by like 10, so he gets 17 back. So the giant, the wounds instantly begin to close and he begins opening his eyes. He kind of looks at you, Cecil, and he's kind of like his eyes kind of like pop open because he never got to see you turn big. He was trapped in the stone and he was dealing with the Remoraz, so he never such. And he looks at you and he says, "Cousin," in a Jotun.
In Jotun, no, but friend.
Yeah.
Look, kind of looks back to the other. Friends. Plural.
So he kind of looks at the others. He's like, You're friends with the little folk. He's still speaking only in Jotun.
It's like, not just moments ago, you thought I was one of those little folk.
He says, tricks.
Mother is part cloud giant.
He says, very well. And he starts getting up, and he's still hurting. You can see there's blisters all over his skin from being in close contact with the Remoraz. And he says, he stands up and he's like, why are you in our territory? I tried to ask that earlier before we were, and kind of looks over at the Remoraz, rudely interrupted.
Yeah, fucking hate those things.
He looks at him, he's like, they're useful. Give it a couple of days for the corpse to cool down, and we can salvage some very useful items. He says,
Like armor.
He goes, like armor, he says, the glands that produce the heat never go out. He's like, we'll have to get special thick leathers to be able to get them out, but once we do that, we can literally power our forges with them. He says,
We need to make contact.
this one's unusually large.
If I had to wager, we found a campsite not too long ago where it seems the fire giants were creating a stronger connection using a ley line to the plane of fire. More than likely this thing fed off it.
Or was fed by it. He says,
Just to the ladies. Then he goes into gibberish again.
the giant looks like he's like, he's in common, he says, forgive me. You have provided me with aid, and I should not be rude. Hospitality demands that at the very least, I provide you with food and shelter for the evening. He
We
says,
very much appreciate it.
he says, you have earned my things. And auspiciously enough for you, I happen to be the Jarl's younger brother. He says, so I am sure he would want to be able to thank you properly. We do not normally welcome the small folk into our camp. He says, but as you have aided us, we will provide you with shelter, food, and as long as whatever quest brings you into this area does not interfere with our doings and dealings here, we will provide you with whatever aid we can.
It shouldn't. We are looking for an artifact that may have just appeared somewhere in the area.
It's like, I don't know of any artifact or magical item, but you will have to speak to our shamaness. She will be able to know if anything of significance has appeared in the area.
We know it was moved into the mountain. Not sure if it moved of its own accord or something took it there.
Timothy told you that his master was almost certain that something carried it into the mountain.
Yeah, that it was dropped outside and carried out. I remember.
Now I don't know if you're not telling him that strategically or you just forgot.
It's strategically.
Gotcha. So he's like, he says, again, that when it comes to magics, and he kind of looks at you, and he kind of makes a little bit of sour face. I know some giants enjoy them, but we keep those dealings strictly with those who speak to the ancestors for us.
That makes sense.
The rest of us do not like to parlay in witchy ways.
To each their own. At least you have the ability to. I know some hill and other giants don't even have that capability.
Yes. And he kind of looks at the two drakes, and he says, they're kind of like hovering around him. You know, they keep on checking on him, and he says, Bragi Yon. He's like, scout the path. We're headed home. And they both kind of, even though they're still kind of hurt, they both just lope off ahead of you down through the canyon. and they both like take flight, and they're flying. They go flying up above the canyon.
They are loyal creatures.
It says, if you can get them young enough. It says, and it's always about who is the strongest. It's odd. If you let them get the upper hand, they begin to think of you as something they must protect from everything, including your own clansmen.
I can imagine that'd be trouble.
He says, he begins walking. He was like, I will try and keep my pace slow so you can keep up without much effort.
I need to look to see how long this spell lasts.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know how long you've got.
Hold on, let me check it
He
real
says,
quick.
he says, in your concept of distance, we may
5
have
minutes.
a way to go. 5 minutes, so yeah, it's going to drop pretty soon. He said, we
So
may
it's
have...
like he's just like he probably looks to his wrist where it looks like there's some rune that's like slowly ticking down. I can almost imagine. There's like kind of like kneels down and offers a hand. It's like we've only got a few minutes, but I can get us a good distance in that time. Hop on.
So you guys, he basically like sets you guys down on his shoulder, and the other giant looks at you and he says, "Well enough." He's like, "Then I don't have to slow down." He says, "By the way, my name is Vidar."
Cecil.
Idris.
Idris. Este.
Claudia.
Cordia. He says, when you came out, there was another one with you.
Kelly.
Is she not coming to the fight?
I almost forgot Kelly was with us.
Completely forgot.
Kelly. I should
but
go see where she's at.
Use height to quickly just get a look around.
You can see that there is, back where you came into the pass, remember you guys were like in a line almost across the entrance to the pass. It was very narrow. So Kelly would have been behind you. So when you go back and look there, you see that there is, all your foot tracks are obscured, as left there's in the snow, as if there was a bunch of movement.
Oh no. No.
And you see that her hammer is laying on the ground.
Shit.
Just kind of like pick
No blood though.
Kidnapped.
just. Hold on to this.
That's a terrible take her hammer. That's a terrible first date.
What's your strength?
Like 20.
Oh, never mind. You're fine. Jesus Christ.
All of us ripped.
It's
Almost all of us.
plus 4, so that's either 18 or 19.
That'll be
I
18
remember right.
or 19, either one.
Yeah.
Idris is just a +1.
Yeah, so you can carry the hammer. Yeah, your strength
This
is...
is your girlfriend.
Yeah, you have to carry the
Yes,
hammer. It's your
no,
girlfriend.
yes. Well, I don't know if we're exclusive yet.
I don't know if we're exclusive.
I think this is a trial.
Special friend.
Yes, that's
Special
that
friend.
feels right.
All right, so
That's
you basically are, you're carrying her hammer now. You're sitting up, all of you kind of sitting up, 2 on each shoulder. For 5 minutes, you can move at an incredible rate of speed because you still have haste. So it ends up being the frost giants trying to keep up with you. And in the usual style of frost giants, it soon becomes a contest, which you are easily winning because you can outpace him. But he is doing
the moment the spell ends.
until the moment the spell.
he sees that thing, and he's like, "All right, we got
Just
it."
hanging
And
on
he's
to like his hair or something.
he'll like hold up his hands, like, "Up on, quickly!"
What?
What?
Actually, when he does that,
Why?
I'm gonna do something because I didn't get to do it during the fight because I
What?
forgot I had this thing. I am going to speak a command word, and all of a sudden, spider legs just come out from my armor, and I will just climb down
No.
He suddenly Cecil just shrinks.
Instinctively goes like nope. Like after he's gotten everyone down, like seeing the timer run low, as soon as it runs down, just
Yep. And he shrinks down.
still
Now,
running.
how long did the effects of the alacrity last?
The haste potion does not have the alacrity drawback, or not the alacrity drawback, the exhaustion drawback, because it does not do as much as, like, say, your classic haste spell from D&D does.
Got it.
The quickness only lasted for 1 minute,
Yep.
so
It
it
went out
wore
long
off
before.
before the size did.
So basically, it does become kind of a race after the first minute, and then after the 5 minutes, and you go back down, and he says, he kind of looks at you down there, and he says, "At least the magic made it go in the right direction." He says, "You should find a way to make that permanent, cousin."
I've been working on it. It takes time, though.
He says,
He just
then-
watches Estee come down in the spidery thing. She gets down to like when they're both like on the same level. That was hot.
That was hot.
No, didn't feel right. Felt like a bug was crawling on me that I needed to slap, and then I realized that was not a bug at all, and not something I should hit.
I'm very glad that you did not stop me. That would not have been ended
It
very
took-
well.
Every fiber of being not to. There's
Okay.
one thing I'm not a fan of.
Do you not like spiders? I don't know why I
crush
listened
spiders.
to my British accent.
I've had too many bad
We swapped
encounters
accents.
with
Hot
spiders.
swap.
So, no, I am not a fan of them.
All right.
That was kind of entertaining.
That was very nice. Yes.
So
The
he,
crawling or the
Did
running?
that.
you did cover a
Crawling,
shit
yeah,
ton of
something
ground
like
though as giants. Like in 5 minutes, you probably covered about 2 miles. But you're loping through the canyon quickly rises up. As I said, it was going up the mountain, and eventually comes out to where you're now moving along a natural looking switchback, which is just a trail that goes back and forth and ascends up. It's obviously been shorn up and dug out more to make it more accessible, but it goes up the side of the mountain. And eventually, it comes out to a large, wide, flat area that looks like it's kind of some type of plateau. And you can see that there are more conifer trees all throughout here. And off in the distance, you can see there's a rise of smoke coming out. And he says, "We will be at the camp shortly." It says, "Our scouts will have been notified of our coming by the Drakes." He says they
Very
know
good.
that.
We need to figure out what to do about our missing friend, and gestures to the hammer.
He says,
Also, yes.
if there's anything that we can do to help, we will, but we do need to make proper introductions first, and whoever has taken your friend, they're going to be still in our territory. He says, if they haven't run into our scouts already. He says, as soon as we get back, we'll dispatch messages to our scouts and our forward outposts, letting them know that we have a small ally that's been taken. If you could, and I'll ask you to provide a description of them so I can include it.
Cordia, that would be.
Of
I
course.
was going to say,
Yeah,
according-
I know very well.
with all the
I know her
facts.
very well. All right, so he says, very well then, let us continue on and we will make introductions. And he starts marching into the trees, and you can see there is a path through the trees that's winding out through there. But before we get to that, let's take a 10-minute break, as we have gone a little bit over light for the break time. And we will be back in 10 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you back then.
Hey,
Oh, wait, I forgot. Oops. Where's my button? There it is. Boop.
up, you say.
Back it
I
up, you
can't
say.
back it up.
Back it up, you say. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for that little break. We really appreciate it. We are going to get right back into it because we only have a little bit of time left. So I want to be able to build this new relationship with the Frost Giants. So, as you guys are walking through this conifer forest, which has these huge trees in it, the giant is reduced his pace down to make it more comfortable for you guys.
Very
After
nice of him.
Yeah, after a while, you get the feeling that you're being watched, and he says, the forwarding scouts have picked us up. He says, we will be escorted from this point on, so have no worries about anything else attacking you. He's like, you are officially in our home.
Oh, it's probably easier to put this away. It's just the blade itself just turns back into that long metal thing. And he just puts it back on the back of his belt.
Got it. So he says, I will be taking you directly to the chieftain. He says, I'm sure he's going to want to find out why you're here. He says, if you'll notice, I haven't bothered to continue to question you on that. He says, the reason for that is I don't want you to have to tell everything twice. He says, and the king, the Jarl will be making the decision on whether or not we can aid you based on what your mission is. It says, so, and once again, if it has to do with something magical that's lost here, he may just send you to the she-witch.
The Schwitch, if you will.
The shamaness. He says, but, he says, either way, as I said, you have at least earned the boon of traveling through our lands, if not, and earning some kind of boon from us, and especially from me. So as he says that, you come through, like the path goes around a bend with, the trees are packed together here, and suddenly you're in a huge clearing. It's about 200 feet, and on the other end of the clearing there is a giant wooden palisade that's made out of these huge trees. And by huge, I mean the giant's like 18-20 feet tall, and the trees soar above their head. The trees are like 80, 90, 100 feet tall. The wooden palisades seem to be made of these trees because they're also like huge. They're like 3 feet around at the base. And you can see that the palisade there's giants walking at the top of the palisade. So this palisade also has like battlements behind it and everything like that. So as you come walking up, there's a set of huge gates that are currently closed. They're made of the the trees again, but instead of just being lashed together with tarred or should I say resined rope, they are actually bound by huge iron plates that go across them. And so as you come up, the doors, there's a huge shuddering sound, and the doors begin to swing outward. And as you come up, there's two giants who are opening the doors. As you come up, Vider's kind of like nods to each of them, and one of them says, one of them just like kind of like, as Vider's passing by, kind of leans forward a little bit, and he says, he's in a mood. And Vider's like, well, it's hospitality. He cannot. I would not think he would dishonor himself to that degree. And so and the other guy just kind of like, I just thought you should be warned. And so as you come into it, you can see that this is very much there's longhouses that are sized for fucking giants. So like these longhouses, like the main longhouse at the end is probably 200, 300 feet long, 250 feet long. And it's basically, the doors are like 20 feet tall. As you go inside, the entire structure, it looks, number one, it looks old. Number two, it's got trophies and furs and hand-wove tapestries hung everywhere that tell the saga of the people who live here. There's stories and tellings about their. You can see the pictures of them in combat with different monsters, different creatures. There's pictures of the actual settlement being built. Woven tapestries and painted murals that show them actually building the longhouse that you're in. And as you walk around the central fire and go up to where the throne is, you see that there is a giant sitting on the throne. He is much more grizzled looking than the gentleman you came in with. And he is sitting on his throne. He's kind of leaning forward, one hand on his knee. The arm that's across his knee, the hand ends in what looks to be a large, spear with a barbed point. So he has no right hand. And he says, "Greetings, Vider, brother of mine." He says, "Who did you bring into our home without first asking for the Lord's permission?" And he says, "Brother, these people provided me with aid in defeating a Rimaraz that the likes of which I've never seen." He says, "I've already let the hunting parties know where to go to collect the bounty from it." He says, "But without them, I and my dogs would have been lost." He says, "I was patrolling the pass, as is my duty." He says, "and I saw these people coming through, these small ones." He says, "and while I was stopping them to question them," and his brother raises an eyebrow and sits back, and he says, "while stopping to question them, I was unfortunately taken by surprise. The Rimaraz has apparently been nesting in the side of the canyon and used that point to ambush me with a rock slide." It says, "These people not only fought off the Rimaraz with no obvious gain for themselves," it says, "but one of them managed to actually send one of my hounds back to aid me, and he speaks the noble tongue." By the way, he's been speaking in common, not in Jordan. And he says, he kind of he's tapping the spear point to his top lip, and he kind of looks at you all and he says, "Never let it be said that Hardall Spearhand does not know the rules of hospitality." He says, "Although we have not had many good dealings with the little folk," he says, "we will honor the rules of hospitality. But I do have to ask, as the ruler of these lands, what brings you into such forbidding territory to your kind?"
Idris will just kind of gesture to Cecil. "I believe this is more your territory."
Alright, do you want me to use the common tongue or theirs?
I think you want to be impressive, so go ahead and use that.
Together to use that one, I think.
Yes.
You were here for negotiations, so
Alright.
By all means.
And he'll switch to Jotun. "We were hired to investigate an object that went missing, teleported nearby to the mountains. Small, magical in nature, and shows about the approximate size. Tracking magic on it showed it was moved within the mountains, though the crystalline growths prevented those seeking it knowing exactly where."
"And what brought you here then? Although you are in the mountains are vast. What brings you specifically to our territory?"
In all honesty, we were passing through. We weren't exactly sure where, so we figured the best chance to do so was to encounter one of the local groups. We were lucky we encountered you and not the fire giants, as they seemed to be breaching the barrier to the elemental plane of fire. We found one of their campsites. I believe it may be how that one Remoraz got much more powerful than it ever should have been.
And as you're saying that, Vider is. Everyone else, make me a perception check. I'm not gonna have Sam. I'm not gonna have Cecil make it because you're focused on
Focus.
the
Yeah.
Lord.
34.
Jesus.
25.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay. I had to find where it was again. Come on.
What you got?
Can rolls?
Hit the little hit the dice. And then hit roll.
Yeah, it like the dice is like non-active. Let me close character
That's
sheet,
weird.
open back up, because it doesn't do the little like spinny thing when I.
You may
focus
need to
over on it.
refresh.
Let's give her a shot. That's the only one. Like the other dice are spinning. That one just wasn't.
Are you doing the one over
Refreshing.
initiative? Because I know that one's kind of grayed out.
No, my perception one was.
That's weird.
Yeah. Hang on, I just refreshed. So pull back up my character sheet. Yeah, I selected perception. Oh, I was on the wrong one. Ha 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 ha. There we go. There we
All
go.
right, perfect. All right, so Este, you and Idris, both notice that Vider is kind of like, as you were talking, Cecil, you kind of stepped forward. Vider has got his arms crossed across his chest, and as he's been telling about the fire giants, Vider kind of like meets his brother's gaze, and he just nods once very slowly. And the king leans forward again, this time much more interested, and he said, "How long ago do you think this camp was? Was it fresh?"
By the embers, it would at the least 2 to 3 days. Fairly recently. This was about not quite a full day ago, so that would put it at 3.
He says, "So you're only looking for passage through our territory to find an entrance into the mountains?"
That's correct. Though it seems now an additional problem has come up. We had a 5th member in our group. This one knows this one in particular knows them better than most of us. They were traveling with us. But during the scuffle with the creature, they were disappeared. There was signs of some sort of struggle, a covering of tracks. We have no idea if it was who is responsible for removing them or why.
He says, "The canyon seems to be very much traveled for people trying to move through this area, as it provides shelter from the weather and the wind." He says, "So it could have been anyone who frequents those areas, but most know not to come this far north. They know that my clansmen and I hold this territory and defend it fiercely." He says, "And normally there is no allowance for those who breach our borders in ignorance." He says, "We seek our isolation intentionally." He says, "However, as you not only saved my brother's life, but you have provided us some valuable information about some of our wayward cousins who we've been having difficulties with as of late. He says, I think that it can be seen to allow you all both the shelter and the welcome in our camp.
We would be honored.
He says, however, on the matters of finding this magic item, he says, I could only point you to our shamaness. He says, I do not know the ways of magic and don't seek to. He says, but she is in tune with the spirits and would be able to at least hopefully have knowledge of something of power coming into our area. She has not told me of it as of yet, of course, but she tends to keep her own counsel on things. And you can see his face. His face gets a little, and his skin's blue, so it's kind of weird. His face gets a little flushed, like you can see he gets a little upset about saying that.
The object is not exactly a weapon, more of more of a experimental piece.
He says most things can be a weapon if you put your mind to it.
Not wrong.
I feel like if they're still talking in Jotun, I feel like to Idris it all sounds like.
It sounds like someone gargling rocks while yodeling.
Someone like old, like super. I can almost imagine just because of its basis, like super old Norse.
Mm-hmm. He says, but let us, and he switches to common. Let us speak in a tongue that your friends can plainly understand. He says, you all have my thanks for saving my brother and for bringing us the information. He says, actually, you would be surprised at what people consider the least they can do. He says,
That sounds like some people I know.
He says, we will provide you with shelter and food. You may take counsel with Helga, a shaman. She will give you whatever information she may be able to find about this device. He says, but I can tell you two things right away. First thing, it will definitely have something to do with either the fire giants, or it's going to have something to do with the other pain that we have in this area. There is a closeted scholar who lives in a tower. And apparently the tower delves deep into the roots of the mountain. It says, this man is much like us. He seeks his isolation, and he spends most of his time in his own studies. He says, but the few times we've encountered him in the wilds, he has shown that he has no hesitations about not allowing anyone to dissuade him from his goals. And he has abilities that, once again, we don't choose to banter with.
A mage.
Of some respectable power. And you know our opinion of magic. But strength is strength. We have not assaulted his tower to drive him out for a very good reason. The losses would just be too much. He says, but if it's him, we haven't seen hide or hair of him in a year or more. He says, so I do not know. And often his tower goes abandoned for quite some time. He says, so we don't know if he's there or not. He says, and I know that the fire giants do do work with magic, especially in their crafting. He says, so if your device is something that could be utilized in their crafting, they would definitely take it. And they do have their settlement in the mountain.
Well, it seems either way. If we're able to succeed and get the item, if we have to fight, we're at least helping you out a little bit and returning the favor for our well treatment.
He says, if you return with any more information of the fire giants, we would appreciate it. He's like, but you are not required to provide us with any more assistance. We are in your debt. He says, so let us simply enjoy an evening with honored guests. He says, stoke the fires, break out the mead casts. He says, tonight,
Yes.
we will
Now
drink
it's okay.
and feast. Tomorrow, I will be sending out hunting parties to try and track down your friend. He says, and with our drakes and their ability to track, he says, we should be able to make short work of anyone who is in our territory who is attempting to abscond with them in some way. He's like, unless your friend was killed immediately, and I'm sorry if they were. They were probably taken for some form of ransom, as the fire giants are often fairly greedy for coin as well.
They've got a militaristic mindset.
Well,
Just make them a bit more predictable.
We also rather take things with the blood price. But coin is more used in trade. And the old ways are not always the ways that are accepted anymore. He says, so, do any of you have anything else you require of us this evening? He says, I'm having some space made for you. He's like, luckily enough, you're very small, so I only need to give you one bed. Unless you require more than one bed.
Actually, that'd be more like the height difference between like an adult and a child.
Probably a
Large,
triplet.
large is not as large. They're at the largest. They are only about 12 feet tall.
I thought they were huge.
No, frost giants are large. That's why I dwarfed it in size when I cast that spell.
I mean, 12 feet. So if you
15
take into
feet,
consideration,
actually.
Oh,
15. Okay. So the average bed is about 7-ish feet, we'll say.
So their beds are going to
Or-
be about 20 feet.
20 feet across. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
arguably we could lay sideways and totally
Yeah.
be
Easily.
all good with one bed.
That'll work perfectly.
This is,
I don't mind sharing my bed.
It helps with the warmth.
he says, you will not lack for warmth here. He says, we have hearths in almost every room. He says, but let's try and put those worries off. He says, as I said, night's coming. There will be no searching for your friend in the dark, not with the other things that lurk out there. He says, we pull back the scouts in the evenings to hold more to the walls. He says, so, enjoy your evening of safety. You've earned it.
Thank you, Lord.
So, for you guys, they kind of like, they bring out literally human-sized furniture. They bring out a table and chairs and stuff like that. They had, looked like they had it stored in a bag. So they said
Secretly, it was just like from a doll set for some of their children.
yeah.
I'm totally picturing the wedding scene from Ella Enchanted.
Yes.
It's the children's table.
And they bring
Are
you
we the
like,
children's table.
and there's like they have like a bag. They can't really take it out because the bag is kind of small and they can't get their fingers into it. But they put down a bag that has like silverware and mugs and like trenchers for eating and stuff like that. And they put a little bag down that has that. And they said like, I had the bag rinsed off. It should be fine.
Perfect.
Thank you.
If
Thank you very
anything,
much.
if there's
Appreciate
anything,
it.
just literally just cleaning it off.
Pulling things off.
And they put down. Someone pours like a, for what look in their hand looks like a little serving bowl, like they would serve sake in. But they fill that full of like fucking mead, and they put it on the table. And for you guys, it's like a giant bowl.
Literally, you just see him just
Punch
take
bowl.
a literal horn off of his hip, scoop it in. Just,
And there was already like something roasting on a spit. It looks like some kind of really big
oh,
animal, probably a rothy of some kind. And they basically, there's also a pot of something boiling. So you basically get served a pot of boiled and seasoned vegetables, along with a huge slab of some kind of red meat.
It's still like a literal, just like a singular piece of the meat for all of us to share.
We got like a slice of bacon.
Well, yeah, because they can't. Their knives are big.
They can't
It's
cut
hard to
it
cut this thing that small.
That is fair. That is fair. That is. Well,
it's
And
like
yeah,
the
we're
kids'
going to eat
table,
well
except
tonight.
we're at the kids'
I was
table.
gonna say, and they don't even like. They don't have a plate to put it on because none of the plates you have are big enough. So they kind of just like slop it on the tabletop.
Oh, that's perfectly fine.
Mm.
To some, this like it might seem this is barbaric. For Cecil, it's like, yes, finally, it's like a back home.
We only have one.
It just
full
leans over to-
piece.
But you have 9
Just leans over to
spoons.
Cordy. Not like any noble dinner you've ever had, huh?
No, this is like the taverns. I'm actually kind of excited about this.
Yeah.
So who is going to get like sloppy shit faced drunk?
You don't even have to ask.
No, screw it.
Yes.
Aegis is gonna keep his wits about him.
Uh,
All right.
He'll have a little drink, but he's not gonna get like ridiculous.
So the mead
Oh, no,
is
that's-
very strong. Idris, if you like take a sip of the mead, it is like you quickly realize you can probably have maybe 1 or 2 tankards of this, and then you're not gonna have a choice whether you're shit faced drunk or not. So
I think
someone
I'll only have the
actually,
one of
yeah,
these.
someone actually, when you say you don't want any more mead, someone
That's okay, I'll
actually
drink your fill.
brings a bottle of wine to the table, and they're like holding it like this, and they said, "We found this."
Ooh. Take the
looks
bottle
like-
and inspect it.
It is
That's
a
not a bad label.
yes, and it is very aged fine wine, red wine.
ooh. More your
Looks good to
flavor?
me. I mean, I like meat as well, but
The woman who brought it
this
over to
wine will
you?
also do.
She speaks like a really broken common, but she says, "My daughter had it in Playhouse."
Please thank your daughter for me.
She wants to come watch you drink it. You're about the size of
Anyone
her
opposed to
dolls,
this?
so
By all means.
Yes, she's welcome to watch
a little
the drink.
blonde-haired, blue-skinned, huge-eyed little girl comes walking over, and she's like just standing there, and she's like just like rubbing her hands together, watching you both.
Actually,
I
the
think I
child
have a
might be
poster.
about
Hang
our
on.
size too.
Yep. So she's
Yeah.
like watching
Hello.
you. She's like waves.
I poured
He'll
myself
even-
a couple.
Knowing the child's comment is probably not the best.
Yeah, she,
Cecil literally just get a full tankard, and then in Jotun, thank you, little one.
and she says she looks at her mama. She's like, "They can talk," in Jotun. And she looks at her mama. She says, "Can we keep at least one?" She's like, "No, sweetie, they're honored guests." She says, "You will treat them as an equal here," and she says, "Okay." She's like, "Can we go play?" She's like, "No, they're not children." She's like, "They're small." She says-
fully
and your mom
grown.
looks like, "And so are you. Now get." And she like just gives her like a little pat in the butt and sends her away. This is like, and she looks at you and she's like, "She is curious."
And
Understand.
just
Okay.
I can't say I was much different as a child.
She is going to grow up in a much different world than we did. And for that, I'm thankful. But sometimes I worry that she is becoming too accustomed to all these new things. It's a lot of change. Our people haven't changed in thousands of years.
Change can be difficult and scary. I learned that the hard way. But if there's one thing I've learned about life, living in this particular world and all its rough and tumble lifestyles, evolution is natural. You can fight it all you want, but eventually, evolution wins. So, you either adapt with it and grow even stronger in the world around you, or fight it for as long as you can till you're unable to.
She looks at you and says, "Wise words, I think, but I will have to think on them." She says, "Enjoy your food. Whenever you're ready, the beds are ready for you."
I'm going to think on this large slab of meat. Esther, would you like to dine with me on this slab of meat? This looks wonderful.
Just sitting around and cutting our pieces off the side.
Like, hold on. I might have something a little bit a bit better at cutting that. And he's going to pull out that metal thing and basically just turn it into a short sword.
Oh, it comes into different
Oh.
blades.
Yep, the shifting weapon can turn into any weapon so long as that weapon is made of metal. So he basically just turns it into a large cleaver.
Just cuts it in 4 quarters.
Just cuts it into more manageable pieces.
Yeah, literally each chunk you cut, because if you cut it into 4 quarters, each chunk you cut is like 5 pounds of meat.
Oh,
Oh.
my god.
He might need to.
It's Photoshop.
Just normally.
This is going to be interesting.
So you got basically they gave you like another bowl like they gave you the meat in full of the vegetables, and so oddly enough the vegetables are normal size. But the meat is from a creature that was huge, and so you basically like you have your little plates. Well, you have your normal size plates, and you have your silverware and everything like that. But you're basically just dishing vegetables out of the bowl. Every single time, like anyone takes like vegetables out of the bowl, someone walks by with a big one of their size pots and like scoops a giant ladle in it and dumps more food in the bowl. And in Jotun, they keep on saying, "Eat, eat." How can you drink if you do not eat?
Cecil will say
Oh,
thank
no,
you
I
every
got
time.
hungry.
It's like in my village we had customs like this as well.
Yes, but I do not also want them to think that we are wasteful, since we cannot eat as much as them.
No, trust me, whatever isn't eaten is then offered to the animals as well.
Actually, you can see that there's several drakes in here, and there's the giants are like throwing them, not even bones, they're throwing them like fresh cut prime meat right off the cut, and just throwing it over to the drakes. One of the drakes is like looks really old, and it's got like only one eye, and it's just like it's laying in front of the fire just snoring. But every time a slab of meat goes and hits the floor near it, its tongue just snakes out, hooks it, and pulls it back in. And it like chews for a minute, and then it doesn't even seem to wake up.
Yeah.
It just
If
takes
you-
his dagger and like cuts the meat, like then spears the meat with the dagger. This is like,
Well, someone's gotten the hang of it.
this
There
is
we
not-
are.
Honestly, my daggers are probably cleaner than this for and does the thing.
Yeah.
If you all like hospitality like this, I ought to take you to my own village once this job is all done. If we are all still wanting to continue working together on occasion.
It could be fun. Yeah.
Just kind of hobnobbing with the common folk. It's quite fun.
So, I mean,
Oh,
you
there's
also
nothing
happen to
common
hobnob
about
with
this.
pirates. I mean, this
The pirates
should be right at home.
No, this is wonderful. I love it. I've experienced so much stuff in the past month.
Viter comes walking over to the table, and he kind of like crouches down to be more on level with you guys, and he says, "We have, or should I say, I went and talked to Helga. She will see you in the morning. She is casting runes to try and help locate your friend right now."
We appreciate that.
Says,
Thank you so much.
he says,
Mm.
"Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your food." He says, "As I said, a bed has been prepared." He says, "Whenever you are ready, just wave anyone over, and they'll escort you to your room."
Mm-hmm.
Sounds delightful.
It's like,
Thank you.
enjoy your night.
One thing we may have to do, depending on how long this travel happens. Since we killed that thing, I need to collect a trophy from it, for starters. Turn that into the guild, considering I killed it and it was out of its own area, I could get a little bit of a bounty of it. But also, if any of you want armor like this, we're going to need materials, and we just made some.
Yeah, I suppose that is fair.
Granted, who here is actually interested in armor of such?
I could probably use something of that nature.
I don't know if it'll come up again, but I suppose I could sell it for a good price.
Mm. As stated, the parts of the carapace that generate the heat never stop giving heat. They're very useful in many of the forges up in the mountains.
Could make a very interesting sauna gift.
Or
It
a
wouldn't
very
surprise me if
interesting
the
yarn.
sauna we encountered actually used some of the organs for the heating. Or at least additional heating.
So, how long do you guys stay up before you like crash out?
Oh, he's getting to the point where it's like borderline blackout where he's like, yeah, it's bedtime.
Basically, what happens is they eat. Most of them like they're very lustful folk. They eat until they're full. They drink until they don't want to anymore. When the eating slows down, the music starts, and the longhouse is thundered by the dancing of frost giants as they are just enjoying an evening where they're not having to worry and fret about anything, and they have they actually got some form of good news. It's very athletic dancing, not exactly graceful, but they're very excited.
They sure are in the spirit of things.
Ah, that's the way it is out here.
They made
When
sure
you
to
have
place your
something to
table.
celebrate, you celebrate.
They made sure to
you
place
don't
your
know
table
what
far
day
enough
you'll
away
last.
so that when they were dancing, their table didn't start hopping into the air.
I'm just suddenly seeing like the cats from Aristocats and the thing
piano.
going through the floor. into
Everybody,
Rammstein.
piano.
everybody wants to be a cat.
And if you guys have nothing else you want to try and accomplish with the giants at this point, because everyone's getting inebriated and having a good time, I think we can go ahead and wrap for the evening.
Sounds good.
Ooh, that was
It's
so
good, yes.
fun.
I will say at some point during like the first conversation where they were talking about the fire giants and the wizard guy,
Mhm.
as they just leaned over to Tristan was like, 20 gold pieces that it is going to be in the creepy wizard tower.
I have a feeling that you might be right about that, but I will take that bet anyway because it is fun.
Excellent. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much. I hope you guys are enjoying it. And needless to say, we are going to have 2 other real encounters coming up, and then we can pretty much we're wrapping this up real fast. And I was going to say, for this one, I'm going to progress the levels a little bit quicker than normal because I do have an end goal for you. So you can all level to 11.
Oh, yes.
Now I
See,
get to figure
I
out
like
how to do that.
How to do that?
Hold on.
Level up.
Yes, Sam, how do we do that? Oh, wait, hold on.
I found it a minute ago.
Level 11 is a skill increase. Which one do I want?
I gotta look at my thing because I've got the other thing to help with that level up.
Oops, I think I just leveled someone up.
Sam's looking at things.
I'm always
Accordia, I
looking at
just
things.
leveled you up by accident.
Who did?
Accordia.
Oh.
Ah.
Oh.
I'm always looking at things.
Liz.
Oh no, it says you're still 12. 10, I mean.
Yeah, I was gonna say I still see 10.
Okay, never mind. I fixed it.
Let's see.
All right.
Say my hit points.
11,
Something.
6 level. Oh, I got more spell. Oh, I get 6 level spells.
Everyone getting all giddy. All right, so we will. I'll let you guys do this a little bit off scene, so we can say goodnight to everybody. Let's go ahead and start with Cassie this time. Cassie, where can people find you on the mighty interwebs?
I exist on the social media at Lady Vamp. That's LADEE_VAMP because I like to be weird. You can find me here, obviously, on Wednesday nights and Tuesday nights over with ADH Adventures, so where we play a 5e game, and you get to see me be like a little trauma cleric. Don't worry, she's real great at compartmentalizing down all the stuff.
And she picks up on all the subtle,
You would never tell.
all the time.
All the subtleties. All the subtleties. You can talk in circles all day, and she's like, "Yep, totally know what's happening."
Oh dear.
I followed all of it. All of it.
All of it.
I know your euphemisms. I got all of it.
Let's go next to Sphinx. Sphinx, where can people find you on the mighty interwebs?
Hi there, I'm Sphinx Wakasha, your champion of bards. You can find me on TikTok at CircleDM, the one and only. And everywhere else on the internet, you can find me at Sphinx Akasha. On Tuesdays and Wednesdays, you can find me right here with Dinner in the Game playing Small Town Life, which is our Monsters of the Week short-term campaign, and of course this lovely campaign Between Two Worlds. Every other Friday, you can find me with ADH Adventures, where I run my campaign, Agents of the Circle. It's a homebrewed Eberron campaign in the 5e system, where I run this game for my friends. Hilarity ensues. We're in our 5th and final season, so everything's about to hit the fan. Things are coming to a head. Wacky shit's about to go down. So come and join us on ADH Adventures, or if you want to catch up, we're also a podcast. We've been a podcast for the whole time. So wherever you find your podcast, just look up Agents of the Circle. We'll be there. On Saturdays, you can find me with ADH Adventures as we switch back and forth between Heroes Arc and Unlicensed Magic War Crimes. This week is an Unlicensed Magic week, so come and check me out as my paladin/sorcerer Zan. And then on Sundays, right back on ADH Adventures, because I live there as well. Playing The Tale That Never Was, which is our time travel multiverse game where I play Ire the Genioda, who is my interpretation of what would happen if Howl from Howl's Moving Castle were a Kalishtar and Calcifer wears Quarry. So the result is an Aberrant Mind Sorcerer. So come and check that out.
Excellent. And next, let's go with Miss Liz. Liz, where can people find you on the mighty interwebs?
I can be found at various iterations of @MissList and @MissList2 on pretty much all of the social medias. You can obviously find me here on Wednesdays. You can find me every other Friday, including this Friday, back here for Best Days, which is our Tales from the Live game, and that should be, I think, our last episode.
No, we have one more after that.
One more after that? Okay, even better. And then you can find me every other Saturday, but not this Saturday, because you will be able to find Sam over there on the Starfield, where I play Vampire, he plays Hunter. And another project that I can't really talk about yet because it hasn't actually officially been announced.
Dun dun dun. Excellent. And finally, Sam, where can people find you on the mighty interwebs?
Let's see. You can, of course, find me at most iterations of Markov & Co. As Liz wonderfully put, you can find me this Saturday over on the Starfield for Hunter the Reckoning. The wife actually managed to get me going last 2 weeks ago, which is not something that happens often.
It's bad.
And You can find me over on ADH Adventure with Cassie on Tuesdays. There's no other projects I'm currently a part of, though if somebody were to ask me, I would more than likely say yes, because I will always add more stuff to my plate, provided I have the time for it.
And that's how we all get roped into 97 campaigns. So that's the. Just remember, folks, take care of yourself.
How?
Yeah, Sphinx doesn't know the word no.
I mean, I've only just recently learned it, so there's that.
Yeah, well, stop saying it to me. And you can find Dinner and Games links in our link tree. All of our links are currently posted in chat. Remember, the biggest serotonin boost you can give any creator is to go give them a follow on one of their socials. We create content because we enjoy it, but giving that little bit of click of a button gives us a serotonin boost you wouldn't believe, and everyone deserves a little serotonin. So remember, everyone, please keep yourself safe. It's winter. People are getting sick. Social distance when you can. Wear a mask when you can. COVID is still out there. We all went to Gen Con. Most of us went to Gen Con, and almost all of us got COVID because it's the new con crud. So you gotta take care of yourself because we want you to come back and join us every single week that you can, that you have spoons to do it. And we are going to be here as often as possible too. But our schedule is changing soon because of the holidays. Wait a minute. Let me double check. My brain stopped working for a second. Okay, so the last regular scheduled games of the year are going to be on the week of the 13th and the week of the 12th through the 18th, I think. Or is it the 6th and 7th? The 6th through the 5th through the 11th. Is it next week the last week? Because it's the first week. Yeah, no, it's right. That's right. It's the first full week. Next week's the last week. Shit. I thought I was going to have more. I have no spoons. No one has any spoons anymore. So we have only one more week. I am totally wrong, and I need to find out how to figure out how to wrap up plots, because I fucked myself. Ta-da! But we're going to go ahead and take this party elsewhere. We're going to go give someone a raid. We do not have our normal raiding buddies tonight because ADH Adventures I think they're off for a little while on Thursdays, right?
I believe so,
They're
yes.
Yeah, they're
still
trying to get together their stuff
Yeah,
for
because
the game that they're doing on Thursdays.
yeah, because I think the GM had a schedule change or something, so they're trying.
Yeah.
They're trying to.
Oh
make
yeah,
it
the
that-
Wednesday one.
Yeah, Wednesday game has their GM had a work schedule conflict.
Gotcha. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and raid someone else. Does anyone have a recommendation? First off, I'm checking out the things. I do see we do have You're Braver Than I Thought is she's up and she is playing Dead by Daylight, and we haven't rated her in a little bit, and she is a big she's a friend of the show. She's a friend of ADH Adventures, and we'll just go ahead and throw her some love, unless anyone else found someone else.
I'm down with that.
All right, so we're gonna go raid You're Braver Than I Thought. She's playing some Dead by Daylight, and when you get there, remember, let them know the Dinner Game sent you. Give them some love. Give them a follow if you haven't. Braver is amazing. She's funny, and she loves interacting with her chat. So if you go over there, you're bound to have a great time. So go ahead and give her a follow. We are gonna go ahead and take the rest of this evening to recover from what we just did to ourselves. But again, remember, we love you. We will always save you a seat at the table, and we hope you have a great evening and a wonderful, wonderful day. Good night, guys.